Hi Whiz Kids and welcome back to Science with Sophie. I hope you're all doing really good. Today's first experiment, we are going to be looking at what happens when you put a candle in some water and then put a glass over it. So all you're going to need is a plate, a candle like a tea light, a glass and some water. You could put some food colouring in the water so that you can see it clearer as well. So let's get on with it. So you're going to get your plate and then put your lit tea light. Obviously kids, get a parent to light your candle and maybe do this bit so that you don't burn yourself. But put your tea light on the plate and then you're going to take so your water, so there's just water with red food colouring, and you're going to place it on the plate, spilling it at the same time, because why not? Put your water on the plate and cleaned up any mess that you've made with it. All you're going to do is put your glass over the candle, but making sure that the glass is touching the water, and then we'll see what happens. So I've just moved it down so you can see a bit better. So I showed that experiment twice because the first time it didn't do what it was meant to do, although it looked pretty cool, and the second time it did what it was meant to do. So the first time it showed lots of bubbles, you probably heard them as well, and this is because when you have fire, obviously it heats the air up, and when air is heated up it expands, and because it was in a glass container there wasn't enough room for it, so the air had to escape through the water, which created the bubbles. And then the second time, where none of the water went in it until the flame had gone out, is because when you have fire, you need oxygen, and oxygen is in the air. And when you put a glass over a flame, there's only a certain amount of oxygen in that glass. So once that's all used up, the flame can't be a flame anymore and dies out. So that is why it died out. And then in the container, because there's no air in it, there's other air in it, but there's no oxygen in it anymore. It has a lower pressure than what's on the outside of the container. Now, in the world, all different types of things, but the world doesn't like when there's things that are not the same. So having high pressure outside of the glass and low pressure in the glass, it doesn't like that. So what it does, it try and quickly fixes that so it's equal pressure in the glass and in the outside, which is why the water quickly was sucked up into the glass and rose, just to make everything nice and equal, and just so everything was balanced, which is really cool. So on to experiment 2. So experiment 2, we are going to do an experiment called the dancing raisins. So all you're going to need is a glass filled with soda water or some lemonade or any other clear fizzy liquid, and then some raisins, 2 or 3 or 4, 5, as many as you want. I've got 3. So all you're going to do is drop them in the water and see what happens. Now, do you think that the raisins are going to sink, or do you think they're going to float in the fizzy water? Place your guesses now, and we'll see if you're right. So let's get on with it. So I've just lowered you down again so that you can see the glass clearer, and I've also got a bit of paper to put behind the glass so that you can see what's going on as well. So all you're going to do is place the raisins in there and see what happens. So after this, they've sunk, not really doing anything at the moment, but shall we see if anything happens? Oh, okay, 2 have risen and 1 stayed. So it looks like it has stopped doing the reaction now. So the reason that this happens is the raisins are heavier than the soda water is, but because the soda water has bubbles in it, the bubbles go around the raisins, which you probably could have seen in the clip before, and as the bubbles rise up, they also carry the raisins with them, and then when they get to the top, all the bubbles pop, and that means they're heavy again. They go all the way down to the bottom, so it makes it look like the raisins are dancing, which is pretty cool. So yeah, that is everything for this week. So I hope you all have a very good week, and I shall see you very soon. Bye.